three of us do it instead of him.
And we're going live. Don't do it.
1, 2.
It's a mutiny.
All right.
Welcome
Alrighty.
Welcome back. Welcome back to Delta Green.
Impossible
Delta Green plays
landscapes.
Impossible Landscapes.
What?
Delta
green
Green Joe Box Gaming.
I'm your player, Dace, joined by my good
And-
friends, John, playing
Hello.
Benedict, and my other good friend, Brad,
Days playing
Hank.
Benji Pots.
The very
There's another
unhappy
guy
Joe,
here.
our handler.
I don't think we're as good at this as Joe is. We're not doing a good job.
No, this is why we don't do it.
Stop the recording.
Okay.
Start over.
All right.
Do it again.
Never happened.
Do it again. Do it again.
Welcome.
It has to happen. Don't you edit us out. Don't you censor us.
Welcome back to Green Box Gaming. Plays Delta Green Impossible Landscapes. My name's Joe, and I'm joined by three of the worst people I've ever met in my entire life. Welcome back, everybody. I won't do the intros because apparently
Hello.
it's so easy that anybody can do it.
Anyone can do it.
Welcome back, everybody. It's good to be back. Had a little rest. Had a little got up, moved around a little bit. Got a drink of water. Apparently, poor Jean has not eaten anything for lunch. So I'm really looking forward to hearing him munch throughout this recording. It's gonna be great.
ASMR.
That's my worst thing. I'm now incredibly self-aware of my crunching noises. Thank you, Joe.
Good. It's good to be self-aware of your shortcomings. Anyway, so I had a question that came up in the meantime between sessions as we were just kind of chatting. Jean, this is probably more for Jean than anybody else. I think he probably has the most to give to this, though. I mean, everyone has their opinions. Jean, you've been to a lot of different places. You've been a lot of different places all over the world. I know Dace has been all over the nation. Brad, you've been around a bit, right?
No.
No. Just the Deep South. If you guys had to choose, like, one place to live, like, where would it be?
Oh, no, dude, you can't ask this question.
Why not?
I've been grappling with this for a decade. Nope, I opt out of that
man,
shit.
What a poor Jean, jet setting all over the world, just can't decide where he wants to live.
Oh god, there is no way to answer this question without seeming like a dick. And also, it's a lot more complicated than that.
Well, just
It truly
Certain
is.
governments don't
Case.
want me in some countries
yes, the government's
because of visas.
yes, this whole visa green card issue for poor Jean. You know,
Don't you glamorize my suffering, you.
I will
Well,
say,
they
I'll
get all
jump
the
in.
Headphones.
I don't think I've been to as many places as Dace or John, but I am going to Colorado tomorrow, which I've been
Colorado's
before.
nice.
Fort
Nice.
Collins, Colorado, and it's beautiful.
Shout out.
it's a beautiful place. Yeah, I love Colorado. Denver's a great city. I mean, it has all the problems that every big city has, but there are certainly very nice parts. Yeah,
So-
I really like Colorado. I don't know, like Dace, like you've been around a bit.
Yeah, I really like North Carolina.
Yeah.
As far as stateside, the only place out of the country that I've been that I would like really consider living is Edinburgh.
Yeah.
Really nice city.
You know, now that I think about it, you know, we have a good many international listeners. You know, I see the breakdowns of, you know, where people are from. I mean, from all over. The only two exceptions are really that we don't have any representation are probably Russia and China, but the amount of what people can access theirs on the internet is probably part of that. But I don't know, like, you know, it's interesting when you think about, and Jean, like maybe this is something you have some more insight into. Like, you know, we grew up in the U.S. The U.S. is so big in comparison to most other countries. That's like, you know, the idea of living in North Carolina versus Colorado, you're talking about two drastically different biomes. Like that, if you were living in Europe, for instance, you'd have to go to a different country to find.
What is the equivalent
Yeah.
state size of like South Africa? Do you know that, John? Like,
It's maybe Texas-sized,
okay,
Yeah.
possibly.
Texas is huge.
Maybe
So
a little
pretty
bit.
damn big.
Yeah. Well,
It's
well,
big,
I mean,
but-
is all of South Africa inhabited, or are there parts of it that are pretty wide open? There's not a lot going on.
There's like big deserts in between.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. I really like the Pacific Northwest. You know, I moved up here for a reason. You know, I'm in Oregon now. I like Washington too.
Because you like gloomy, drizzly, chilly weather.
Ooh boy, do I like
You're a
it.
psycho.
it's so British.
Or the UK. I've moved to the UK too. Like it's a cool place. I am interested in trying on the Northeast. You know, like I've kind of got my eye for some of my studies. I've got my eye on Rhode Island.
Yeah, I'm really interested in the Northeast too. I've heard a lot of good things about Vermont and Maine.
Yeah.
I'd really like to make it up there sometime.
I had this guy I worked with who I shadowed when I took over a position from him. And there was this thing, like if anyone ever mentioned, he was from Maine, and the second that anyone mentioned anything about seafood in any way, he immediately had a very opinionated, he had to insert himself into that conversation and tell everyone how poor
About seafood.
how poor their seafood was compared to real seafood in Maine.
Wow,
It was
that is a hill to die on.
it's
I
a
guess.
weird hill to
Yeah.
die on.
They love their seafood.
I have
Their lobster rolls.
I have a correction.
You have a correction.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
just saw
apparently
this.
South Africa is twice the size of Texas.
Okay.
According to SM Parish 95 in the chat. Or did you look that up, John?
Oh, I looked that up.
No,
oh, nice.
SM
Thank
Parish
you,
95
SM
just
Parish.
said that. Yeah.
Steve,
Okay, well, there you
what's
go.
up, Steve?
Thank you. Thank you for
Thank you for correcting.
Thank you for
We like to
correcting
keep things factual.
John. It's really good to keep him, you know, kind of in his place. I think is there's one thing that we all know is that
Yeah, no. Otherwise,
sometimes his ego is
goes
just
out of
too
control.
big for the room. Right.
doesn't even fit on the screen.
Not typically, no. Well, yeah, I don't know. Like, it's one of those weird parts about living in the U.S. where you can definitely have, even though it's all the same country, it is definitely not all the same place, depending on where you go. But I would love to travel internationally. I'd love maybe live
If you
internationally.
feel like living in a third world country, you can go to Mississippi.
You can go to Mississippi where the GDP makes it a third world country.
Or South Africa, if you want it to be a real, you can have power cuts and shit.
Yeah, where the infrastructure is crumbling apart.
Brown out.
Speaking of things crumbling apart, let's talk about Benji's sanity.
Oh, nice.
Last time, oh boy. You guys spent, there was a complaint made, I believe, by Dace himself. Not a complaint, but a something that he recognized is, guys, we have a tendency to stand in the same damn room for for an entire hour and just talk about what's going on. And you guys have spent this last session, you guys spent the time investigating the Samigina home. And really getting into what was going on. You guys discovered this strange laundry chute in the one of the bathrooms, and have kind of figured out a little bit more about Henry Samigina, the 16-year-old son of Esther and Philip. It seems that he constructed this three-dimensional model of this strange city that's mirrored of itself and around this lake, and you guys also discovered that, he's got a book in here somewhere, and it didn't take you guys long to find the book entitled The Phantom Saith, a kind of homegrown copy of The King in Yellow. And you begin to wonder, I don't know, like one begins to wonder how this young guy, came to contact all this. I suppose, you would remember from the recordings that you listened to from Henry is that apparently his mother was the one to show him this.
It's bad parenting.
It's bad parenting.
It's bad parenting.
This is why This is why you don't let your kids out after a certain time. You guys did find that.
They'll start writing fanfic.
Yeah, you guys did.
That's the consequence.
You guys did find that pot in his sock drawer, so that's probably a gateway to Carcosa. It's a Carcosian gateway drug right there.
And who knows what he's doing with that tiny door in the bathroom?
Well, what's going on with that?
What's that about?
Yeah, bad parenting, all in all. You guys were kind of in the middle of this conversation about. And I would be remiss to forget or to not mention this this book that you guys found. Dealing with mental illness in the workplace, which had some very interesting and very poignant and oddly coincidental questions in it that pointed towards some names that you've heard before and some that you haven't as well. But yeah, but you guys, last time we left you, you were standing in the master bathroom of Philip and Esther Samigina. Benji or Benedict and Hank were having this conversation about like, what are we gonna do? Like, what are we gonna do? Like, are we trying to get back to the night floors to understand what's going on here? Are we just burning this place down and getting out of here? One of the things that kind of came up is as it's happening, maybe Benji gets a little bit kind of distracted and rolled probably one of the most well-timed fumbles I have ever seen in the history of gaming, and found himself drawn in to this the yellow sign, the buffalo wing grease symbol on the mirror. And as he began to trace it,
Sunday.
it wasn't he finally realized, as Benedict and Hank noticed him, that his hand was beginning to actually sink into the mirror itself. And that is where we pick up.
Yeesh.
So
You withdraw your hand.
one tiny fumble.
Just a little fumble. Just a little. You pull your hand back, and there is like a very kind of Matrix-esque
That's
ripple.
exactly what I was thinking.
Yeah. Like
Then it starts
that
consuming his whole body, and he goes into the.
You pull your finger back, and there's just like the slightest of ripples, but then very quickly there's like whoop, and it's very much solid again. There is something though. I do need the other two of you to now roll a sanity check as well.
Oh, bull crap.
What? We were busy arguing. We have
Yes.
we have
Okay. Benji had
I
already
complain.
fumbled his thing, all right? And I'm going to tell you, according to the way it's written here, the person whose hand goes in there doesn't have to roll a roll, right? They don't take any sanity damage. Okay?
That's madness.
That is madness.
So, now that is
But
madness.
Benji failed. So I think Benji's still going to take 1 sanity damage. Okay?
All right. So Benedict
Really going
rushes
off the rails,
over
Box.
and just tries to, stop. Okay, Hank, we can continue this conversation later. What the hell are you doing, Benji? Get that hand away from that chicken grease. You don't know where it's been. And then
It's like a kid sticking a
sanity
fork
roll.
into an outlet. You're like, hey, no, get that out of there.
no, don't drink that. Don't drink that tea.
So yeah,
All right, failure from Benedict.
failure from Benedict. What we got for Hank?
Oh, we do have to roll.
Yeah, you do.
Yes, not just for the lols.
What the hell? Failure.
All right. I'm gonna roll a d4 for the both of you. Let's see how this goes. Could be good, could be bad. 1 sanity damage. For the two of you, would you like to deflect? And would Benji like to deflect his sanity damage, his 1 point that he gets from his fumble?
I would.
Yes.
Yeah, Benji's so close to his breaking point, and I'm doing pretty good on willpower.
Okay.
So,
All right, everyone, go ahead and roll a d4, each of you.
Ain't got 3.
I got 2.
Fuck.
Okay.
Ouch.
And a 4 for Benji.
Okay. I need each of you to reduce your bond, reduce a bond by 1, and reduce your willpower by whatever you rolled.
Okay.
That hurts.
Yeah.
How's everyone looking on willpower and whatnot?
Well, I was doing all right.
Yeah.
You did roll the
chopped
maximum.
in half,
yeah.
I think.
Hank's got about a little over half of his total.
Same.
Okay.
Yeah, same.
Man, I'm about to run out of bonds. I'm like been on the teetering of a breaking point. I'm 1 point above the breaking point. I've been like this forever because I keep deflecting. But now I'm about to.
Mm-hmm.
Now I only have 10 across all my bonds. I have 10 points total to deflect.
Damn.
Okay.
How did you? You must have less bonds than I do.
Yeah.
No, I got
certain,
fucking 5 sons. I don't know how that happened.
certain character builds have more bonds innate to them, like law enforcement and stuff. Typically, military typically have fewer because they have more skills. And so there's a trade-off there. All right.
You need to make more friends, Hank.
So what do you guys do?
So I just stuck my finger into that mirror. Feels weird to say out loud like that. But I felt something cold and dense.
Like when you put it in there, like it really reminds you, like it felt fluid in a way, but still like you kind of had to push through it, like in a way that's not like water necessarily.
Oh, I thought you were getting at it was like water, exactly like the mirror in the room of 616. But it's not water.
I think we're gonna have to. I think the wall is filled with Jello. I think that's
the
getting at here.
takeaway.
That seems the most plausible, yeah.
Well,
Okay, if we do this, if we do this, guy, I know you guys are going to want to do this, but what is our escape plan? We have no idea how to get out. Are we just gonna roll with that? We're supposed to be cleaning up this world, and now we're going into a new world. I want to ask the question why, but I'm not even going to do that.
I just don't want.
Okay, that's fine.
Hank's at the point where he just kind of wants to get to this source. I mean, we've been through this. I agree with you, Benedict. This isn't quite logical, but nothing seems to make sense nowadays. That being said, if we can come up with a solid escape plan, I would be totally down with that.
Okay.
Can
we at least tie the lady downstairs to a radiator or something? It just seems negligent to leave her bound
up. We're gonna
up.
say last session you guys talked about that. We're gonna say you handcuffed her because you have your normal police gear. You handcuffed her to something pretty unwieldy.
Just leave her some fucking snacks or something. Okay.
Those hamster bottles.
It's just abusive otherwise.
Okay,
We can always call Marcus, get him to contain the situation.
That is an
idea.
idea. Now, what if?
That's an excellent idea.
He might not be all for us going through the mirror and whatnot.
Or just don't tell
You
him.
don't have to know that.
Yeah.
It's.
I thought you meant like we want him to sit here and like house sit while we go to the night floors. I thought that's what y'all are getting in.
So you're gonna go upstairs and not be back for a while? I don't understand.
Yeah. And just there's this entire bathtub of viscera
Don't.
that you just need to leave it.
don't.
Don't touch that. And all those books, don't touch those books. Just deal with
Just
the lady
don't.
downstairs.
No, I was talking about give him a. And we've done this before. We've called him to like contain the situation while we're not there. Like after we abducted that chick and lost.
For sure,
Las
but we're
Vegas,
going to be
like-
coming back to this room, presumably. No,
Well,
maybe
we
not.
don't know
We
that.
don't know that.
Who knows?
Fucking Christ.
Tell him to come in, clean up, make sure that lady is dealt with, and break all the mirrors. The only way through is forward.
The
That's
only
what
way
they
out
say.
is through.
I like mine better.
Okay. Everyone?
The only way on is in.
Right.
All right. I'll go with
what
whatever
do you
y'all
guys
decide. What do y'all want to do?
You guys right now are standing in this bathroom.
I
I need
think
to know what you're doing.
Hank's inclined to believe that if we go through there, it'll be like the time will dilute to where it's going slower on this side because there is that like that situation that happened before, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I honestly don't
well-
know how much help Marcus is going to be, but if we want to get him in here and do all that, that's fine.
He's been pretty
Maybe-
reliable so far.
Maybe I should make sure that we can actually get through this mirror first before we call Marcus.
Yeah, put your nose up
Can
to
actually do it
it
again.
and trace it with your nose so your head goes through and you can see what's on the other side.
No, let's
Benji-
just call Marcus, and then we just go through. I don't think there's any coming back from this. There is no like easy access to Carcosia via the mirrors.
God, I get more mileage out of shit that I never could have imagined. You know, it was just
Jeez. All right, let's. I'm gonna call Marcus, tell him to come and clean up the situation here, and maybe put some police tape around this house to keep it
Secure, and then we're just gonna go through,
accessible for us and succeed.
and then we're just gonna
Yeah.
go through, or try to.
Well,
Yeah.
my fear is that it was a one-time fluke because I was having a sanity fumble, and if we tried again, like it's not gonna work.
Then we're at a dead end anyway, and we gotta dispose of all this shit. So
Yeah.
you know,
And we gotta burn down the house and kill everybody.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
naturally.
Well, call Marcus.
okay, done.
All right, so I have to do something real quick. I have to make some rolls. Okay, so I'm just gonna make these rolls, and you
You're
can
gonna-
take.
Tell us what they're for.
That's not important what they're for.
But what about
Actually,
for the
it
people
is
listening?
important.
Like, can we put ourselves on mute? Like, do you need us to not
think
know
of the
this,
listeners.
and we'll just mute, deafen
Yeah,
ourselves?
shit.
Think of the listeners and the children.
I'll just say that there are things that are going on when you guys are not there. And sometimes, and I don't like to necessarily just say that things happen just a certain way and just make a decision. I want to know what the dice say. So that's what I'm going to do.
Fine.
So first I'm going to roll two D100s. I got an 85 and a 91. Okay, fair enough. That's pretty straightforward.
So those are
Okay. And then I'm going to roll. So that happens. So now I am going to roll a. Cause what is your? Oh yeah, that's a big fat fail. So we're gonna do one of these real quick. That's another 93. These
I feel like you're just making up
these
words
guys
right
are
now.
not doing well.
Yeah.
None of this is anything. It's just
Okay. Overall, so that's not looking super good for them. Let me see. Let me roll a D.
This is great radio.
It
Box.
is.
Great radio.
I'm sorry, I'm trying to figure something out. Oh Jesus!
this is why we have computers.
It is to do these kind of things.
But
All right,
In the
you
future,
guys
we won't
call
need...
Marcus.
Joe, this is gonna be
Okay.
the sanity check. This is some extra shit that's gonna happen on Patreon.
Yeah, we'll talk about
for what you were
this
calculating.
one on Patreon. How about that on the sanity check?
Yeah.
So we call
Um,
Marcus.
Boom.
Call Marcus. The phone rings and rings and rings.
Oh God.
Right before it goes to voicemail,
God damn it.
the phone picks up. And you
Marcus.
Marcus, you're on speakerphone. Don't say nothing that you wouldn't want us to hear.
there is no response for quite some time. Roll me. I'm gonna make you roll an alertness check. There are three of you there listening in. You hear the sound of what sounds like two men, like talking to each other, like away from the phone. You hear the sound of like the phone fumbling, and then you hear the sound of someone you do not know. What is your current location?
Put down the phone. Put down the phone.
What is your team's current
Hang
location?
Put down the phone.
Hang
Put
up,
down
hang
the
up, hang
phone.
up.
You hang up.
I think we're burned.
How long did that call last?
15 seconds.
Not long enough to trace.
Cool.
What
They're
I
not
don't
going
know.
to trace
So,
us. Classic movie trace, not going to succeed.
fuck.
Classic movie has to be 2 minutes. Everybody knows that.
Marcus is gone.
Fuck.
If you guys are like extra paranoid, this would be a good time to like take the SIM card out of the phone, take the
Yeah.
battery out, stomp
Smash
on
it. Benedict smashes it.
Benedict
Smash.
Benedict takes your phone, Benji, and smashes it on the ground.
Benji's all right with that.
Yeah. So,
Damn it. They got Marcus. Or they're detaining
What else
Marcus.
happens?
He's asking you, I think, Joe. I don't know.
What else happens?
Yeah, sorry, Joe, what else happened? Yeah. We made a phone call, and something bad.
Nothing. You get nothing back. Like you
No?
made the phone call. That's it.
No weird pull towards Cthulhu. Some dreadful, existential...
Well, here's the thing.
Horror.
I would say that you guys get the feeling that something bad has happened. Normally, I would make you roll a helplessness sanity check, but you guys are all immune to that. So why bother?
After the shit we've been through. Yeah.
Damn
Okay.
it.
So we can't get... So we go downstairs and we lock the door. That's what we
It's
do.
already locked. Hank locked
You
it.
double lock
Okay.
it. You add another lock to the door.
Double lock it. We had a person against the door, tied up.
Real quick, Benji's gonna rip the duct tape off of, remind me your name?
Esther.
Esther's mouth, and be like,
What's the password for this cloak?
Okay. She she smiles wide, maybe a bit too wide,
Oh, no.
and she says, she tells you, she's like, and she looks deep into your eyes, Benji, and she says, you just have to want it. Just, it's calling for you, Benji. It's ready for you.
okay, Benji throws on the cloak. He's like,
All right, I want it. What next?
What do you want exactly?
to turn on the cloak, I want to press the power button.
You don't find
Cloak.
a power button. She just laughs at you. It's
Benji,
not even
you're
like
not-
an insane laughing. Now it's just a laughing at you, like she's being mean.
You're not going to get anything out of it.
Humiliating.
Benji, put that cloak away.
Keep it in
Benji.
a backpack for
You
later.
guys are constantly
Benji
just.
sheepishly packs the cloak back.
You guys are constantly swatting Benji's hands away from different things. Stop that.
He's got all the most dangerous shit. He's got literally the king in yellow on his person. He's got 2 little weird bugs. He's got unknown vial of viscera in somebody's
Y'all took my bugs
corporeal
away
body.
from me.
Did we? Okay, for the best.
What is happening in this house?
In all seriousness, I'm very concerned about Marcus right now, but perhaps that's a problem for a later date. Right now, we have to decide how we're going to get through this mirror. And at the very least, find the boy, Henry. At the very
Let's
least.
Just leave this house. I mean, we got to do something to contain the house.
I don't know what else there is to do.
And
I mean, if we want to spend some time to go out to Walmart and get some yellow tape and tape up the door.
I just figured we'd go with the classic and burn it down.
Then how are we going to get through the mirror?
Okay, Okay.
while it's
Here's what we
burning.
do. Right. Molotov cocktail. Flies person through the mirror. Turns around. Throws it.
Well, then we're
burn down
definitely
the
not gonna
house
have
and
a way out.
burn a lady.
Then we're definitely, if anything, we're not gonna be able to get out of the night floors. We're not gonna burn down the house.
I plan on coming back, Hank.
Well, that's between you
Hank,
and
Hank, I'm sorry. I'm with Benji on this. If we're gonna clean up, we're gonna clean up right.
we can always burn it down when we come back out of the night floors.
Who says we ever get out of the night floor?
I say it. I'm coming back. I don't know about you two, but I'm coming
What
back.
if we're in the night floors right now?
Uh-oh.
Rock,
Oh,
paper,
there it
scissors
is.
for what we do. Rock,
We're
paper,
beginning,
scissors.
we're beginning to question our
Right.
reality.
Huh?
There ain't just one entrance and exit to the night floors, so probably ain't
Yeah.
just one for Carcosa either.
Stick your head through it. See what you see first.
Okay.
Okay,
Let's go back up to the mirror.
You guys go-
Benji will start tracing the king and yellow's sigil.
the second you touch it,
Just
you
to-
feel that the solidness of
just
the
to-
mirror is gone.
So it's already
Oh.
like liquefied.
open.
Seems primed. Ready.
Okay.
Ready?
Benji's gonna stick his head through. Take a peek. Take a deep breath.
Okay. You push your face through and in. It feels like a mixture between an icy slush and like jello at first, but then as you push your face further, like, imagine, like your hands are on the mirror and your hands are like all the way back behind your head. Your head is so deep in, and I imagine that Hank and Bennett are probably like holding on to you.
So I'm Naruto running into the jello.
The first thing that you see, actually roll me a luck roll real quick. Let's see. Tell me if you're lucky or unlucky.
Does your head stay on through this experience?
57.
Unlucky. Okay. Your head goes through and you see a vast blackness in front of you. When you had gone into the window of 616 in the Boxer Hotel, you had seen a mirror there, and beyond the mirror you had seen this same void, open and wide, and little pinpricks of light, most of them square shaped, all the way just into the, out into the dark distance. As you push your head through, the first thing you catch that kind of draws your attention is you see something huge and Leviathan-like moving off into the darkness.
Damn.
You see as if you see like a ginormous tail-like appendage bat once or twice and then move out into the dark void beyond what you can see from the little amount of light that is spilling
What the
out
hell?
of your mirror. But that catches your attention and kind of pulls you away, but then you see right in front of you, you see a body. When I say a body, I mean a desiccated, rotting corpse. All around it is this kind of cloud of dark, just dark bile, it looks like. And you can just barely make out the face of Philip Samigina floating there
No.
without life. Go ahead and make me that. There's a sanity check. This is a sanity check for violence.
Okay.
Okay. This is like some.
Success. 17 under 30.
Nice.
Success. No sanity damage for you as you take this in. He is literally floating there, probably about 3 feet away from the window, just right there in front of you.
And you said it's some kind of liquid, right?
Here
like-
on the other side now, it seems to be much more like water. There seems to be kind of like a weird transition, but beyond it seems to be a lot more like water. and it is
Benji
ice cold,
wants-
frigid.
To take the slightest of breaths to see if he can breathe.
You don't like that.
Like
Your lungs don't like
not
that.
trying to-
Not even a little bit.
Okay.
It is not breathable. It is, as far as you are concerned, it is water.
Scuba gear.
We need one of those ships, like in the diorama. Okay. What else can I do while I'm here on the other side? I guess that's all I can do. Yeah, Benji will try to pull back. Can I pull back?
I'm glad you asked. Yes. Yes, you can. You pull your head back. When you do, it's very similar to like when you guys had been in the Boxer Hotel with room 616. You pull back and Benji, your hair is like stuck to your face. And you come back and you are dripping with water. And the other two of you, as he comes out, it stinks of rot.
Ugh.
God.
A couple things, boys. I don't think.
Couple of things. After I just stuck my head through a void mirror and came out with viscera smelling hair.
Where do I start? It's probably not the wisest idea to go through this mirror. There are
To get
eldritch leviathans roaming on the other side. There's the decomposing corpse of Philip, and there's unbreathable water. So, yeah, that's what we're looking at.
so it's
I think when you put that all together, seems like a bad idea.
Did I mention the inky black void?
That seems to go on forever.
Yep.
so these mirrors. It's almost like that's basically we're like that city cardboard construction. It's like literally we're gonna have to swim to the other side if we use a mirror. It seems.
Yeah.
Oh, can we? Y'all want to?
So we'd probably have to find a way to one of those other blinks of light, those other pinpricks of light. We'd have to make our way there and try and get through
First of all,
whatever's in between.
Benji, you smell horrible. Here's a towel. Second, thank you for doing that. You're very brave. Third, can you do it again in this mirror on the other bathroom?
You know what? I'm gonna let you take that. I appreciate y'all for those. I appreciate you asking.
Hank does want to try the other mirror. On the off chance, if it happens this time, then I think we can safely say any mirror transition is going to be like straight up water, and not like
Hank, I've got a crazy idea. Maybe we do both at the same time and see if we can see each other. I'll experiment with you on that one.
Okay. I
Do you
think
think that's what all those lights are? The pinpricks of light? Just a bunch of different mirrors?
could be.
Maybe.
Could be. All right.
you guys doing?
I think we're gonna try this experiment.
One of
Even
you's going to
though-
go to like the middle bathroom, and one's you can do the master bathroom.
Yeah.
Okay.
Benji, why don't you go check on Esther downstairs? Ask
Yeah, I need
her.
to go wash my face
While you're
off.
down there. Ask her where Henry is, if you can.
Yeah, sure.
Why not? Yeah, you go down, you like tear the duct tape for the second time off of her mouth. It's starting to get a little raw. And you ask her where Henry is?
I hold up a tube of chapstick, like,
You want this? You gonna tell me where Henry is?
Jeez.
It's the weirdest leverage.
She
Chapstick.
smiles, but it's like it's a little softer this time, She's like, "Oh, Henry. He sees it in a way that I never could. He's gone to the palace. He'll be there when I'm done here.
Whose palace?
That smile gets a bit too big again. She says,
How do I get to the palace?
the palace is in Carcosa. The king is at the palace. A grand ball.
Yeah, I kind of figured all that. How did I get there?
She kind of chuckles. She's like, don't worry, Benjamin. You'll figure it out.
How the shit do you know my name?
She laughs again. She's like, I've heard of you.
How? From who?
Oh, from Barbus.
HR pamphlets.
From Marbus and Doctor Maximo. I think Henry mentioned you a few times.
All right, cool.
Slap.
Wait. You give her the chapstick.
Yeah, I'll give her a little chapstick.
Okay. Okay, you slap the duct tape back on. Oh yeah.
Experiment
Meanwhile,
time.
back upstairs.
Yeah.
It's crazy town down there, guys.
Yeah.
All right,
Henry's at the palace, you know.
as one does.
King's at the palace, Carcosa, all that shit. Anyway,
Okay.
Whose head is going in where? That's
We're gonna
a
do it at the
sentence
same
I never
time.
thought I would say.
Whoa.
We're gonna simultaneously put our head through the mirrors.
Who?
Hank.
I will be in the other bathroom with a tiny door,
Hank.
and Hank will be in the big master
So
bedroom.
you're gonna turn your back on the tiny door while you put your head through the mirror.
Yeah, that seems
Yeah,
right.
so you're
No weird invisible
like,
spiders.
I just imagine you're like crouched
fine.
down. Your ass is just facing the tiny door. Anything could come up there, just give you a really bad time.
Yeah.
Benji will play lookout.
Thank God.
So no
Okay.
mechanical spiders
So-
crawl up your exposed buttocks.
So what you're gonna say? Wait, are you gonna take your pants off before you do this?
No,
Okay.
there's no good reason for that. No. How is that going to help?
Okay, but Hank's gonna be alone in the master bathroom. I'm just trying to figure out what's going on here, guys. No,
Seems
no
like it.
reason.
Yeah.
Okay. Hank, you stick your head through. You too, the second you touch it, it seems to warp. And, as you, push through, and you too feel that
Did I
iciness.
have to do the chicken
When you
finger?
get to yours, you do. At
scraping?
first, there is nothing, but you go over it a few times, and it too succumbs to the drawing of the yellow sign. I need you both to roll alertness or search checks as your face enters this black, inky void.
It's a failure for Benedict.
Failure for Hank.
Okay. You both stick your heads through these little dots of light in the distance. You don't see any of them obscured or affected. So it's hard to say if you can see each other. But here's Hank, you pop your head out, you too see Philip Samigina's body floating there, just slowly, seeming in some type of neutral buoyancy, just right there. Benedict, you do not see that.
It's good to
There is
know.
no body here.
He just sees
Mermaid?
the dark void with specks of light.
Yeah, roll me a luck check for Benedict.
$37 under 100.
Benedict, as you're looking out, you see something approaching you from above. Not approaching you as if it has. So you see something.
That's
You
ominous.
see something sinking. Let me put it that way. You see something sinking past you. It looks to be like a woman's purse. It's small and fashionable looking, and it seems to be slowly making its way past you.
Gucci.
I will grab thusly purse.
You reach out and grab it, no problem. When you do, you see another one of these giant shadows. Seem like there is this kind of vague, like ambient light, and you can just out of your periphery make out something like swimming, floating by.
Exit the mirror.
Okay.
Benedict is scared. He will exit the mirror from the Leviathan.
You pull your head back, and Benji, Benedict, he reached his arm in as he was in there. Like maybe Benedict's like, uh-oh, what's going on? Or Benji sees this. As he comes out, he's carrying like a very small kind of like woman's like clutch. Like it's, it maybe has like the little tiniest of straps on it. But Benedict is drenched, and the purse too is full of water.
Let's make sure Hank is okay, and then we'll see what's in this purse.
Yeah. Hank, you pull yourself out. You now have the smell of death on you, as kind of just being in the water near Philip has kind of made you a little stinky. And then you see these two come in the bedroom or in the bathroom, and Benedict has this little clutch with him.
Okay. Get the nasty shit off my face with like a towel or something.
Yeah.
Does Benedict smell terrible, or is it
No,
just
you smell fine.
Hank?
It's just like
I smell fine.
Well, it's just
but
because
just in the surrounding area of the.
decomposing
corpse,
body. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, let's look in the purse.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep.
You open it, and what you see is like a lot of the stuff you would kind of expect to see, like in a woman's purse. One of the things is actually, hold on, let me find it in here. You see, like,
Is there an ID?
it's an IED. That's right. That's what we expect to see in ladies' purses.
No, an
dead.
ID. An ID. Identification.
An IUD? Are there contraceptives?
What's
in this
that
purse?
doing in there?
It's full of IUDs.
Jesus, that's no fun. That's not what
This
you.
lady don't want babies.
That's not what you want.
Oh my god.
You see that there is
Retract question.
there's a purse, it's like lipstick. There's some money. As you pull out the bills, they look to be old. But you don't know any of the people on this money. So that's not George Washington. In fact, on the bottom of the bills, instead of the United States of America, you see Imperial America.
Oh.
And the faces you see and the names do not make sense to you. I've never
They look
seen these.
similar as into like 1700-esque or
Well, like the turn of the century style of bills. They
Yeah.
look very reminiscent of what you're used to. But the faces and the names and some of the details on them a little different. Like that's not what the Capitol building looks like. Things like that.
It's just a Monopoly cosplayer. This is nothing to look at. Let's move on. Monopoly cosplay.
I will say that as you are looking through it, there is you do find a small wallet inside that does have a name on it, which is. Give me a second to actually try to find it. This is the part where I need you guys to fill in dead air for me.
I am impressed that they wrote down whose purse this was in the giant Leviathan void.
Yeah, I
Well
found
done,
myself wondering
Arc Dream.
if there's like random
done.
tables for what's
Yeah.
in the purse, whose purse it is, or like random
How many
encounters in the
IUDs?
void. How many IUDs?
There's the IUD table. Naturally.
Really sucks when she gets confused and sticks an IED where an IUD should go.
It's happened to everybody.
Everyone.
Don't mix up your IEDs and IUDs, folks.
There it is.
Is it a bag of holding?
It is not.
A clutch of holding.
It's a clutch of holding.
That would be so useful in this world,
Would be.
man.
Shit, I cannot find this lady's name. But I'll try to give it to you later if I recall. That's my bad. I simply cannot put my
Okay.
finger on it at this second. So yeah,
Gotcha.
my apologies.
Okay,
No worries.
that's fine. So, Caucasian female, assume,
Well,
purse,
my
floating in the void.
it said Imperial of America. Like, I'm thinking in that reality, Carcosia is like another country that gets developed, you know, seemingly like Eastern European type area, and probably the United States has changed to the Imperium or whatever. So she might not be from Carcosia.
The Imperium, as in like the
Or,
Imperium of the Imperium of Man. It's Warhammer 40K.
Skyrim.
Yeah.
Uh,
So I think Carcosia is a country, not necessarily like a world. You know.
fair.
Yeah.
Fair point.
But she's definitely from that timeline, it would seem. Huh.
I had
Okay.
a thought. I have a question. When we looked at the diorama, was either of the sides familiar to us?
The city, you mean? This what the city looked
Yeah.
like?
I would say no. I would say no.
That was a long shot. I'm just trying to figure out like potential entrance points.
I mean, this is
City.
one, obviously, I think, but we would need scuba gear. Well, I don't know. People seem to do it.
Well, and we also have to... We have to figure out how the hell we get anywhere. How do you navigate in this world? Was it like... Is it like the night floors where you just need to will yourself towards a direction? But it seems a lot more organic and dangerous than that.
Yeah.
I mean, I think we
Leviathans
we
and all
could
that.
get to the other side. Like I said, I don't think Henry and all these other people, they're not going out and getting scuba gear and then going through the mirror. They're just going through it, you know?
And drowning, yeah.
I mean, she said you have to want it bad enough, or that was how you activate the cloak. But it does have the same vibe.
Hank,
Maybe you just have to
I think
completely surrender yourself to death.
Hank is about fed up. Like, maybe he's getting a little unhinged too, but Hank will float the idea. Do we just want to swim in there?
No. Categorically no. We'll find another way to figure this out. Like, we need to... So, Hank, I don't know what they told you at Delta Green, but they told me that we need to contain the problem, not involve ourselves or immerse ourselves in the murky blackness of the problem.
And then
That's
if,
how
the-
I
if this ain't
interpreted it.
immersing yourself, I don't know what is.
It just seems...
I suppose you're right, Benedict.
Do you need to go see your sons? Do you need some time off to just reconnect and get some bonds back?
No, I need to get to the bottom of this. But, I guess fair point. Are we at the point where we need to just contain this building, burn it down? Something like that?
We have no way to understand how to navigate this world. And until we know how to do that, we should not fuck around with it. That's how you get stabbed in the face, Hank. Trust me.
If there's anyone who knows about getting stabbed in the face and how you get there,
Let's ask
It's-
Samigina again. Did
this
she
guy.
say it? Did we specifically ask her about going through the mirror?
No,
I don't think so.
let's ask her.
Yeah.
Let's ask
Okay.
Samigina.
Ask her how we navigate.
Okay, this time you
world.
tear off the duct tape again. It's getting bad, guys. Like, it's this thing needs to probably stay
She
on or
had-
stay off, one or the other.
Rattled.
So you're gonna ask her what?
We're basically okay. Samigina, I need you to focus. We're trying to find Henry, your son. You remember your son, right?
Yes. I'm not worried about Henry. He's in great hands.
Have you looked in that mirror lately?
Yes, of course I have.
And you think that's safe? Henry's safe in there.
Henry's not in the mirror, silly. He's at the palace.
But to get to the palace, he went through the mirror, did he not?
The way Henry went isn't the way everyone goes.
How?
She just kind of cackles at you. She's like, well, you're not going to get there swimming, are you?
Well, you're about to go for a swim if I don't get some answers. I can tell you that right now.
No help, madam. No help. Madam, you remind me of my friend Joe. He's an asshole.
Just like this. Well,
That's all she's gonna give us.
What if, madam, we're reaching the end of our tether, and I'm sure you are too. If you don't give us some kind of help for how to get to Henry, we're gonna put you through the mirror ourselves.
I'll find my way. Mirror or not,
Bound up like this?
the king will come for me.
You know, that's not the worst idea. As far as content, like, we don't have any resources anymore. Marcus was our only contact, right?
I
We
don't.
don't have a way to...
Pop him in the mirror.
But Hank, I don't think Hank would send this woman to her death. That's essentially what he thinks that would be, just like killing her.
That is a very good point. Like, when it comes to
I could persuade Hank.
roll a persuade roll on Hank and see if you can convince him.
Yeah, I'd do that. Adversarial persuasion.
Well, I'm going to be frank. Like, if you start getting into a situation where you're asking, are we going to kill this person? There are some sanity implications for that kind of thing.
It's more, are we gonna put it through the mirror that goes into the void of nothing?
Also, sanity implications.
Fine. Shit.
All right, enough of this. I think we've established we are not going to go through the mirror today. We have to find another route. We've got several leads. We need to deal with her.
We have an all-access pass
Yes,
to the
we do have
Dorchester as
that.
well.
We have the other nurse, Vors, who seems to be implicated in this as well. So, we gotta take care of her, deal with this place, burn it down, do something, I don't know. And then, lastly, deal with our contact.
Oh.
So what are y'all thinking? Burn the place
Need a
down?
new contact. What if we just lock it? Like, I know this is an
We could.
unpopular opinion from Benedict, but we just lock it up.
I guess we don't have to burn it down. It's fine if it just smells funny, except for we could, if we just wanted to do a thorough clean without burning it down, we could smudge the signs off the fucking mirror, put all the books, in something, take it to a shredder, stuff like that. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, I could get behind that. Just actually do what a containment crew would do. Maybe
Smash the mirrors.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
That still leaves Esther.
Yeah, I don't know what to do with her. We would normally call, our contacts. Delta Green contacts. Let's think about Esther last, and do
Once
this.
we got her committed to the Dorchester house.
where she works.
I'm sure that'd be just fine.
All right, I think we're gonna go with that, Joe.
Yep, we'll figure it out.
We're gonna try to take
yeah.
all the books, smash the art project, erase the symbol on the mirrors,
Yes!
all that
Fucking
stuff.
Benedict gets so pumped at the
He just
prospect of
goes in there
smashing the
and
art.
jumps up and down on with both feet.
Yes.
All right. You guys smash the mirrors, despite the fact that the mirrors seem to have this kind of liquid kind of element to them. It seems that when you strike them with another object, they shatter, and with them, the yellow sign is pulled apart into pieces. You go into to Henry's room. You destroy everything. You destroy, pull apart the diorama into a million pieces. You don't think anyone could ever struggle it back together. And then I guess the only other thing is, like, do you want to, like, drain the bathtub, like, kind of thing, or?
Oh, fucking bathtub.
Is it too viscous to drain? I want to try.
You get the feeling it'd probably go down. Might have to stir it up a few times to get it to go.
Oh God.
Oh, they need chunky bits inside.
Yeah,
of it.
when your sink has some chunky bits down at the bottom, you gotta reach down there with a fork.
It's the
and,
hair.
And like.
All right, fellas. Rock, paper, scissors. Let's go. Do it on shoot. Ready?
Okay, let's
Rock.
fucking do it.
All right.
Not it.
1, 2, 3. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Okay.
Okay.
Looks like Benedict.
It's Benedict.
All right, but
Tries to free up some of the viscera.
yeah, you reach down there.
There's a
You
drain.
find like a coat hanger or something. Kind of get down there. After it all drains, you see that there's like a shoe and a sock and like sitting in the bottom.
Oh god.
And there is indeed just like some sludge, some meaty sludge in the bottom of it. But once it all goes down, it seems to be gone. Maybe you run the bathtub a few times, like to kind of try to get it all gone, and then eventually it all goes down the tubes. Eventually, the stain is still on the floor and still seemingly having leaked down, but it seems like it's stopped. That the drip of the daddy juice downstairs has been stymied. So the last thing
Hate
you're
it.
kind of the rest of what you have is like there's everything in the sewing room, and that's not like innately unnatural if you're trying to contain this. But you have three probably things left. You have the book, The Phantom Saith. You have
I'm taking.
you have
that.
Esther.
Yeah, we'll take that.
You have the laundry chute.
Oh yeah.
We can also get one other thing. The bottle from Benji.
Right?
What about it?
I want to smash it.
But then I want to have my wine.
Benji, that's not wine. That's clearly some maniac's dead husband. Let's stay tethered to reality here, buddy.
What if we throw it down the laundry chute and see what happens?
You know what? Fuck it, why not?
You open the laundry chute. Who's doing this?
Benji
I'll do it.
will. Okay.
You open the
Either rock, paper, scissors again.
Benji opens the laundry chute. You look down and you see what appears to be a small circle of about 6 or 7 figures, all standing completely equidistant, totally still, wearing red bellhoppy type outfits, all standing there looking up into the chute. Keep them on your
What the hell?
Away.
Oh my god.
Oh no. Are you doing
You
oh,
drop
God.
the bottle, it clambers down, clang, 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 and smashes into the middle of all of them, and their heads, all in perfect synchronized like motions, follow it down into the floor, and then slowly tilt back up to look
Jesus.
up into the laundry chute.
Oh God.
Okay.
Well,
Well, hopefully that killed Henry.
Hopefully Henry's
Fingers
dead.
crossed.
We hope that Henry's dead and that's the way the bottles work. As you guys are doing this, and I imagine there's a brief conversation of like, all right, like, do we just leave the shoot? Like, what do we do? As you're doing this, Hank, your phone rings. Your burner rings.
All right, Hank puts it on speakerphone. It just answers.
It says it's Marcus. Or it's the
Yeah.
number that you know to be Marcus's number.
He opens the line but doesn't say anything.
There's a moment where it's quiet. After a minute, you hear a voice. The same voice you heard before. Your team is being reassigned. Coordinates and time for debriefing to follow. Whenever you're ready. Do you have something to write this down? I know you're there.
Proceed.
He then gives you a set of coordinates, like map coordinates. It says to you, and at this time, I mean, let's see, what time is it? It's probably around. We're gonna say it's probably around 4 in the afternoon, on the 13th of September. Okay. Yeah. And he's like, basically gives you a time to meet. He says, your debriefing will occur at 6 p.m. at this location. Bring your entire team.
I better see Marcus there.
Phone hangs up.
This does not bode well.
All right.
In some cultures, debriefing means getting killed.
Yeah. Well, gentlemen, it's probably an okay place to stop. Next time, you guys get to decide what you're going to do with Esther, what you can do with the house, and what are you going to do about your super fun meeting?
We gotta call Axel's what we're gonna do.
If there's anyone who will know what to do, it's Axel.
Yeah.
Axel will.
Yeah.
This is tricky. These
that
are
was awesome.
tricky problems, and I don't like them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think this...
Joe, you're making me want to go back to real life, because this is so hard.
I've scared you away from fantasy and towards reality. Fantastic. All right. Everyone listening, everyone watching, those watching live, those watching later, man, thanks for joining us. It's been a blast. If you're not already over, following us at Twitter or on or over at Reddit at r/greenboxgaming, come on over. That's where we do a lot of our announcements, about what's going on and whatnot. And then, if you would like to support the channel, if you'd like to support what we do, consider going on to patreon.com/greenboxgaming. It's also, all of our socials are linked in the descriptions of this episode. Continue supporting it, or consider supporting us. It's only $3. You buy us a cup of coffee, which is just enough for me to get up at 7 o'clock in the morning and do this. So without your wonderful support, I don't get the caffeine I need to make this happen. But also, I will again mention, we have a new segment coming up. The Sanity Check, which is going to be a behind-the-scene look for our Patreon supporters into just kind of what's going on. We'll talk about Delta Green. We'll just talk about some other stuff. We'll just kind of bant back and forth. It's just a good opportunity. We'll answer questions, any questions that we have from our wonderful audience. And it'll be a good time. So that's going to be something new coming out for our wonderful Patreon supporters. Guys.
Bit of a deep dive into the psyche of the mental patients that play this game.
Yeah. Yeah, that'd be. It's the ethics board is going to have a lot to say when they find out I've been playing this game with my clients. They're gonna have something to say. All right, guys.
It's therapeutic.
Guys, thank you so much.
Thanks, Joe. It's great.
Thanks.
Yeah. For those, so for everyone else, we're gonna be going offline and recording our first episode of the Sanity Check. I'm excited.
Ew.
But yeah, everyone, thank you so much. Thank you so much for coming. We will catch you next time to figure out what these guys are gonna do. And as always, stay safe and stay sane. Bye.